it's Regan here with Pacific Soul Lifestyle. Today we're going to be doing a nice, gentle, kind of flowy practice. We're going to start in a standing position and then we're going to make our way down to the mat for some long stretches. So I would have maybe 2 yoga blocks and a strap handy. If you don't have a strap, you could certainly use something like a towel or a t-shirt or a scarf, something like that. So we're going to begin today's practice in mountain pose. So just stand with your feet about hip distance apart, standing up nice and tall. You can close your eyes and let your palms face forward, your shoulders roll back and down. Just take a moment to arrive on your mat. Feel your feet connect to the earth. Draw energy up through the ground, up through the legs, through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Just take a moment to feel your body, noticing the physical sensations. Noticing your breath. Noticing how you feel emotionally, spiritually today. Just doing so without any sort of judgment, just taking notice. Just notice your surroundings, opening up your senses to all the sounds, to all the smells, to what you may feel. In this posture, we get to open our heart and invite energy into the body. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, coming to prayer position with the hands, and then exhale, clasp the fingers and press the hands down. This is a really great way to just let go of anything that's not serving you, anything that feels stressful or negative in the body or the mind. So let's do a few more. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Cleansing breath out. Last time, deep breath in. And exhale out. Good, let's reach the arms to the sky. Clasping onto one wrist, we're going to reach nice and tall through the spine, relax the shoulders, and then reach up and over to one side. So pressing the hips to one side as you reach your arms up and over. Opening the heart towards the sky and getting that nice stretch all the way down the arms, the lats, the rib cage, the obliques. And then come back to center, grabbing onto the other wrist, reach up and over to the other side. Creating space and length through our side body here. When you feel your mind start to wander, just come back to the breath and let that be your anchor in today's practice. And releasing back to center, let's just relax the arms. We're going to stretch out our neck here. So placing one hand down towards the floor, opposite ear will be pressing towards the shoulder. So you should feel a nice stretch through the side of the neck. And we tend to carry a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders. So it feels really nice just to offer that area of our body a little love and attention. So keeping the pressure down through the palm of the hand, breathing deeply. And bringing the head back to center. Let's do the other side. So ear to shoulder and pressing the palm down to the earth. And as you arrive in each of these stretches, just notice how your body feels. Maybe there's a lot of tension, maybe there's a little, maybe that area of the body feels pretty good today. But by taking notice, we can then take steps to better nurture our body because we are becoming aware of what it really needs. Good, and come back to center. So let's grab our strap, or if you've got a scarf or a towel, that will also work. So we're gonna open up the chest and the shoulders. So let's take the feet a little wider than the hips, bending your knees softly. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, you might want to loosen your grip on your band as you draw the arms back. Oh, that feels good. So inhale, deep breath in, and then exhale, release. Good, let's do that again. So inhale, reach your band or your strap up. And exhale, open up the front of the body. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. So this is a really great exercise to do at your desk. So if you've been sitting in front of a computer for a long period of time, just taking a moment to step away from the desk and do a few of these, your body will thank you. Good, let's do one more. And you want to find that sweet spot where you really feel that opening through the front of the shoulders, but you're not cranking it back there and really fighting it. Should feel really luxurious. Good, and release. So let's just toss that band off to the side again. Take the feet even wider. So your feet should be parallel to the outer edges of your mat. So we're gonna take the hands behind the back, clasping them together or just placing them on the low back if that's more accessible for you. We're gonna reach the arms back behind, open the chest, deep breath in, and then exhale as we fold forward, allowing the head to hang, reaching the arms up towards the sky. And just shake your head, yes. And then shake it, no. Just encouraging your neck muscles to release that much further. Deep breath in. Releasing breath out, and you can let all the worries and stress that may be occupying your mind, just let it drip out of your mind into the ground. So gently releasing the hands here, and then we're going to walk our hands over to one leg, grabbing onto the calf or perhaps the ankle, and then you're going to draw your chest towards the thigh, almost like you want to kiss your knee. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. You should feel a really nice stretch through the hamstrings on that side. So breathing deeply here. Just taking this time to enjoy a slower pace of life. Our lives are so busy, so chaotic, so overwhelming, that our yoga practice is a place where we can slow down and breathe and really just experience the moment as it unfolds. All right, let's walk the hands over to the other side now. So again, you can clasp on around the calf or perhaps the ankle, or maybe even reaching towards the foot. Let your head be heavy, draw the chest towards the thigh. With each breath, you're bringing more relaxation into the mind, into the body.
Just giving yourself that opportunity to let go, at least for the rest of this yoga practice. Bringing the hands back to center, up to the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, and then exhale, coming up all the way. We're going to heel toe the feet back together, and then stepping up towards the top of your mat. So we're going to move through some sun salutations, just nice and slow. So we're going to take a deep breath in, reaching the arms up towards the sky, maybe inviting in a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands come to the shins, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank pose. Deep breath in. And then exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, lift, roll the shoulders back, baby cobra. Exhale, push to the knees, downward facing dog. And I always like to pedal out the heels here, give my calves a little stretch and my hamstrings. Take a deep breath in, look up towards the hands. Exhale, bend the knees and step towards the top of the mat. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. And exhale, arms float to the side. So let's do that again. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back to plank pose. Inhale here, strong through the core. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, lift and lengthen, baby cobra. Really roll those shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees as much as you need to here in order to get that length in your spine. Relaxing the head, the neck. And then inhale, look up towards the hands. Exhale, step or jump to the top. Bend the knees, sweep the arms high, and exhale, release. One last time. Inhale, arms sweep up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Inhale here, and exhale, knees, chest, chin. This time you can come up into upward facing dog if that feels okay. So lifting the kneecaps, rolling the shoulders back, reaching the chest forward. Taking a few breaths here, feeling that nice stretch in the body. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Bringing the knees towards the mat. Excuse me. Take your knees mat distance apart. And we're going to do some rolling child pose. So we're going to inhale, reach to the left, coming up towards the hands. Exhale as you circle right. So just inviting a gentle flow into the body. Inhale as you go up. Exhale down to the right. Let's do that one more time. Try and just let the body flow naturally. There's a little bit of tendency to feel rigid in some of our movements. Let's go the other way. Especially because we spend a lot of our time very structured, scheduled, rigid. So today, just allow yourself to flow and get into that natural rhythm. Good, there we go. Allow the head to rest on the mat. Just take a moment to breathe deeply. Coming back up to the knees, we're going to do a little stretch for our forearms. So we're going to take the fingers, turn them around so that the fingertips are facing the body. As best as you can, easier said than done. Now if you want
If this feels good right here, which I feel plenty of a stretch right now, so I'm gonna probably stay right here. But if you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can draw your hips back towards your heels. That's as far as I can go. So just spend a few moments here, stretching out through the forearms and the wrists. All right, good. We're gonna gently release, maybe just sitting back towards our heels for a moment and shake those out. So before we move into our next pose, if you've got blocks, just make sure that you have one block on either side of your mat. So let's take a moment to draw the right foot forward, left foot back. We're gonna gently walk the hands up to the thigh, knee should be over top of the ankle. Draw the tailbone down, engaging through the core. Lift and reach the arms up towards the sky, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw the elbows back. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, draw the elbows back. So this is what I call cactus. So let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach your left hand to the floor. Sweep your right arm forward. Exhale, sweep it back behind you. Inhale, arm reaches forward. Exhale, you circle it back. Good. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, circle back. Let's do that one more time. And remember to be flowy and soft in the movement. And release. So reaching for both blocks, you'll shift your weight back towards your back heel. So we're going to come into a hamstring stretch. So if the floor seems really far away, you might want to stack the blocks a little bit higher. We're really looking for a long spine here rather than being super round. So you may want the blocks high. You could have them on the medium setting, which is here, or you could have them on the lowest setting. So once you've played around with that, really draw the hips back. Pull your right toes towards your body. Relax the shoulders and reach your heart forward. So we want to try and create as long of a spine as we can. Now you should feel a really delicious stretch for the back of your right hamstring. And we're just going to chill here for a moment. Breathe some space into those muscles. This one's always a good reminder for me to do a little bit more hamstring stretching. And don't worry if your front knee is bent, that's fine. You'll still feel the stretch. That leg doesn't need to be straight. And of course, if you've got more flexibility, you could lengthen your posture, moving more towards half splits. Okay, so then we're just going to gently draw the blocks together, sweep that right knee around, and then we're going to do the other side. So we'll place the blocks towards the front of the mat. Left foot's going to come forward. We're going to draw the hands up to the knee. Take a moment to build our foundation. So tail tucking under, hips reaching forward. We're going to lift and lengthen the spine. Arms sweep high to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, just pause here for a moment. Just noticing how this feels in the body. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open the arms wide, maybe even lifting the sternum to the sky this time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Last time, reach. And open. Good, we're going to bring the right hand down. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Exhale, circle it around. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, around. So you're rotating your chest open towards the sky. Getting a little bit of movement here for that shoulder joint. Excellent. Now placing the hands onto the blocks. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw the weight back towards your heel. Left toes are drawing up towards the body, finding that placement with the blocks. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, and then exhale, soften into the stretch. Just notice how one side feels compared to the other. You might notice that one side feels particularly tight compared to the other. And you might not notice a difference at all, but it's just good to bring some awareness into your experience in your body right now. Back to the breath. And you're using your breath kind of like an internal massage. So when you breathe that air in, send it to those tight muscles, and imagine that breath just kind of kneading the muscles, releasing the tension. Good, and then we'll shift our weight forward, bring the blocks together, and place that left knee back down. So let's set the blocks off to the side. We don't need them for the moment. Spread the fingers nice and wide, come into downward dog. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, lower. This time, we're gonna inhale, come onto the forearms, and exhale, just holding a really gentle pose here. It's called Sphinx pose, so you're on your forearms, shoulders are rolled back. We're gonna look over the right shoulder, really finding length through the side of the neck, and exhale back to center. Other side, inhale, and exhale back to center. Okay, we're gonna be moving into another stretch, really good for shoulders and chest. So again, this is an excellent one to do if you've spent a lot of time hovering over a computer, which is, basically all of us. Okay, so we're gonna shimmy over to the right side of the mat. You may want to watch me first before you get into position, otherwise you might be cranking your neck to see me. So left arm is gonna be reaching down to the floor. We're gonna press our right fingertips into the mat, and then we're gonna roll over. So we're stacking right hip over left. Now this position might feel great. You might feel a really nice stretch for that bottom shoulder. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can bend your top knee and place it behind you, the foot behind you. That right there might feel like a really good stretch. If you want to take it further, you can bend the bottom knee and rotate those hips up towards the sky. And even further still, you can reach the top arm up, maybe placing it onto your lower back, or perhaps reaching for that back hand. So just take your time getting into position here. You have to be really, really mindful of that bottom shoulder. And then once you've arrived into your posture, you're just gonna relax. That's what yoga is all about, feeling good in your body, connecting to your breath, to your spirit, letting everything else go that's occupying your mind, and just being present in the moment. Feels so good. So take another deep breath here. And then on the exhale, you're gonna bring the right hand back to the floor, stack the hips once more, and slowly release. So we're gonna do that exact same stretch on the other side. So shimmying now over to the left side of your mat. Right arm's gonna extend to the floor. Inhale, rotate towards the left, stacking the hips. Exhale, bending the left knee if that feels good. And maybe slowly moving into whatever modification you need to in order to really feel good in that body.
I tell you to do. Hopefully I've given you enough modifications. And then you want to listen to your own body and really decide in each moment what is best going to serve your body. Not worrying about what anyone else is doing, except what is appropriate for you in that moment. Just staying nice and relaxed here. And then slowly on that last breath, we're going to come back out of the posture onto our bellies. Good, just bring the hands down to the side. We're gonna push ourselves back up onto the knees. Let's take a child's pose here. So if it feels better, you can just wrap your arms along your sides and let your shoulders melt forward. Coming back up, we're going to move into downward facing dog. So again, spreading the fingers wide, lifting the hips up towards the sky, draw your chest towards your thighs. Inhale, let's reach the right leg up, moving into pigeon pose. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the right wrist. Lengthen the left leg back as far as you can go and relax the foot. Now the higher up this right foot is up the mat, like the higher that foot is to create a 90-degree angle, the more intense that stretch will be. So feel free to draw your foot closer to your groin if it's too much, or vice versa. So we're going to square up the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen out of the spine. Exhale, you can melt forward. So if you're able to come all the way down and rest your head on the mat, great. If you've got the block and you'd wish to place that on your forehead, underneath your forehead, that can feel really good. But just taking a moment to settle in. And just notice where in the body you might still be resisting a little bit, maybe fighting the pose. See if you can just surrender. Let your whole body feel heavy, just supported by the ground beneath you. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, but enjoying the sensations of this stretch. Turning off the mental chatter and just focusing on the natural flow of your breath. When you're feeling ready, we're going to make our way back up to the hands. Curl the back toes under, lift back up into downward facing dog. Deep breath in and long breath out. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, draw the left knee towards the left wrist, lengthening out through the right leg and relaxing the foot. Square up the hips so you're drawing that right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, lift and lengthen out of the spine and draw forward
as you come down. That helps to create more length in the spine. We've got some geese coming in to visit us during our practice today.
So just relax the shoulders, relax the head. And allow yourself to settle in. Just completely letting go, even just for a few minutes. We can go about our days feeling very wound up, putting on that brave face, doing more, trying to get more things crossed off the to-do list. So in this moment, I just want you to forget about all of those things and just surrender to this sweetness, this silence and stillness that you so deserve. And then we're going to make our way back up. This time, just coming back to downward dog, and then coming to the knees. So we're going to take hero's pose. So we're going to take the knees about mat distance apart. Make sure you've got enough cushion under the knees that this is going to feel okay. You might want to put a towel or something underneath there. So you're going to wiggle your bum between your feet. Knees are mat distance apart. You're going to tuck your tail under, like that. And then you might just want to bring your hands behind you and hold this. That might feel good. The more pressure you put down towards the knees and tuck the tail under, the more stretch you're going to feel for those quads. If you want to take this a little bit further, you can come down to the forearms. You can even lie your back all the way down to the mat. I'm not going to demonstrate that today. My body's not quite feeling that, but if you have that in your practice, please go for it. I like to keep my eyes facing forward, but if you want and it feels good, you can drop your head back. Keep pressing the knees towards the ground and just notice that nice stretch in your quads. Now for those of you in this posture and it's feeling good, please stay here. Continue to hold this. I'm just going to show an option. If this is not feeling good for your knees or your ankles, you could simply lie on one side and spend a few moments. You might want to pause the video if you want to hold it a little bit longer. But you're going to grab the top ankle, pull it in towards the bum, push your foot into the hand, hand into the foot, and spend a few breaths on each leg. Okay, so that's a nice modification from hero's pose, which we just did. If that's a little hard on your knees or your ankles. Excellent. Okay, so if you're just coming out of hero's pose from your knees, you're going to swing your legs over to the sides, scoop onto your bum. So we're going to grab the block, make sure you have it handy, and then we're going to roll onto the back. We're going to move into a supported bridge. So you can either have the block on its lowest setting, you could have it on its medium setting, or you could flip the block up so it's on its highest setting. So whatever's going to feel best for you. So feet are nice and close to the bum, about hip distance apart. You're going to lift your hips up and then slide that block, placing it underneath the sacrum. You don't want to have it too high up your back. Good. And if you've got a tiny block, you might want to use two. If you don't have a block, you can simply just hold the position with your arms. Okay, it's a little bit less, it's not as restful, but it's a little bit more active, but it's still great posture.
Okay, so once you're here, you're gonna let the weight of your hips sink into your yoga block. Let your arms flop out to the sides and just relax here. Really great way to release tension in the hips, and the low back. Let your pelvis be heavy, your legs heavy. Relax all the muscles of your face. A nice restorative posture to nourish the body. When you're ready, you're going to press into the feet, engage the glutes, lift your hips up, and then roll that spine back down. And just take a minute to rock your knees from side to side. So in this next posture, you have the option. If you don't have a block, you can move your body up to a wall. I don't have a wall, I'm outside. So you can push your bum right up to a wall and have your legs supported by the wall. But if you've got a block, we're gonna do a supportive position where our legs are up in the air, just to give our feet, our ankles, our legs a nice break from gravity. So we're gonna bring that block back underneath the hips. And then you're gonna draw the knees into your chest. You might need to adjust the block here. And then float your legs up to the sky and just let them hang out there. So if you are in a room that has a wall, this can feel very good with your legs up against the wall, very supportive. But it's also a nice feeling just to let the legs float in the air like this. Recirculating the blood. When you think about it, you can end up putting a lot of stress on your feet, your ankles, your legs, especially if you've got a job where you're on your feet all day. This one is really good for you. So again, try not to fight the posture. Just relax. Just let that block support you. Draw the knees into the chest and just slowly press the block out from underneath you, rolling the spine back down. Then we're going to move into our final resting position in Shavasana. So allow the legs to be as wide as you want, mat distance apart, maybe even wider. Arms are going to draw out to the side. Just take a moment to lift your upper back off the floor, roll the shoulder blades down, and then settle in. Just give over to any sensation of fatigue, of heaviness. You deserve this moment right here, right now. Just to be still. We don't need to be moving every second of every day. It's these moments where we hold stillness and silence and solitude, where we really get to recharge and restore balance into our mind, body, and heart. If you feel your mind wander, just come back to the sensations of the breath. Maybe even imagining that your breath is like a gentle little wave lapping onto shore. A gentle little wave just rippling into the body and slowly receding out. Gently in your own time. Just coming back into the body, maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rolling over to one side once you're feeling ready. Making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice today. I really hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you again soon. Namaste.